Greetings one and all, this is Lloyd Brown and welcome social media family to my vlog. Upon my return from paying my respects to the late, great Sir Count Prince Miller. I, amongst hundreds of others, was at his gathering today to pay our final respects and to bid farewell to a man that is going to be missed. As I stated in my Facebook post, that he was a patriarch, you know, to so many people. And it was interesting to actually see the generation of artists and the generation of musicians that was at the event as well. It was like 3 generations of artists, you know, and musicians that paid their respect. Such was the magnitude of the man. Such was his contribution that, you know, there was like people looking on my generation as elders, and I'm looking on people like Winston Francis and Johnny Orlando and Danny Ray and Dennis Al Capone, and them artists there as my elders. You get what I'm saying? Hence the 3 generation of musicians and artists that just came together to just honor such a great man. And yeah, I got the program here. The sad thing is that I'm building up a little bit of a collection right about now, but it's a memento, it's a reminder, and there's some pictures of him as a youth in the business, and him as we know him today. And there's some pictures here. I recognize some of the people in them. There's a picture down here with Benny King, and also Mr. Fix-It, Mr. Winston Francis. I think this guy, who's this guy here? He looks like Ernie Smith, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. And here is him with his son, Pierre, and here he is with George Ruddock, who spoke some kind words about him today at the service. And here is Count Prince Miller with none other than Roger Moore, James Bond number 2. See you there? Yeah. Left a huge void, man. A huge void. And gonna miss him. It just doesn't seem real, you know? Does not seem real. But it was good to see the cast of Black Heroes. It was good to see his colleagues, Jimmy James from the Vagabonds, and, you know, it was good to see the elders, you know. It was good to see the elders that just helped start the thing, you know. And what I want to do, I want to feature some clips. One of the blessing, and another clip of me interviewing 2 female greats from the golden era of reggae music. So with that, I'm going to pass you on right now. So come, Prince Miller, what do you think of the album so far, father?
Rubbish, bubbler, play the tune.
And so I'm very happy that you could be here, but just in case you hear anyone saying, how come, we are discriminating and inviting only some people. it really was necessary to try to limit the number of us that are here. But this is such an important occasion because, as was demonstrated at the services, there's a heartfelt loss in the passing of Count Prince Miller. And as I did say there too, we will be doing part 2 of the Thanksgiving in Jamaica. So I'm very happy that you all could be here. We want you to really enjoy the afternoon. I just want to begin with a word of prayer that we could bless the meal and to ask God's presence. Let us pray.
Speak on behalf of all of the absent Jamaican music community, the entertainment community in Jamaica. So many of them are not here today, and so many of us were inspired by Count's life. A warm and very special blessing on his son, Pierre, and all of his family members, and all of you here who have been part of Count's life and activities over the years. When the Vagabonds first arrived in the UK, my mother took me to see him. I was too young at the time, but she wouldn't leave me at home. And so with all the big people, I was this little girl in the midst. And subsequently, my young friends and I, for the first time, we had a pop group that we could scream at, that we could idolize, our own personal pop idol group that we had, that was ours. They weren't English, they weren't American, they were Jamaican. And so we had our own little group. And everywhere that we could go, we would go and see them and follow them around. Of my little group of friends, I was the only one that wanted an entertainment career. Can you hear me? Okay. I am the only one that wanted a show business career and a show business life. And there were very few role models around. Very few, if any. There was Shirley Bassey was around. Elaine Del Mar was around. Johnny Dankworth. No, but he's American. I'm talking about who was here. I'm You're Satchmo. My husband spoke about you. Sonny Bradshaw spoke about you. But as a youngster, as a 12-year-old, I wasn't exposed to all of the show business people. And so I didn't have a lot of show business personalities and role models. And Count's career paved the way for people like me to know that we could. His career, his life, his involvement, his complete commitment to his career, and all of his achievements. My husband took me to see him in the Great Heroes in the Hall of Fame. Was the first time I saw that. And then we saw him in Desmond's on television, a long-running sitcom on television, and to hear about all of the other exploits, all of the films that he was in. These things inspired a young artist like myself to try, to stand firm, to hold my ground, to insist that I too could have a career. And so I'm very grateful to him. I'm very grateful for the breadcrumbs that he dropped on the way, that somebody like me could pick them up and find a way for myself to succeed in show business. Not just in Jamaica, but here in the UK and all over the world where I have been able to travel and work and make a name for myself. So I am grateful to Count and for Count's life, for Count's kindness to me when I did get a chance to meet him, to his gentleness and to the fact that he was a gentleman. He was a gentleman. Any woman that knew him knew he was a gentleman. And for that, I am grateful. Because when you're a young woman, you need to have gentlemen showing you politeness and courtesy and kindness and letting you know that every man doesn't want to get up under your skirt, every man doesn't want to abuse you or insult you, but that there are gentlemen around. And Count was a gentleman. I am very grateful to be here today and to be able to offer you my own feelings about him and to say to you that I am glad to be able to represent the Jamaican entertainment and music community today. Thank you. God bless you. It is a privilege to be here.
Studio One legend.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hick. So, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that Count Prince had one Toto son, Jean-Pierre. but then we never had a proper night, right? So we have to do just one song. So then, me papa dead and gone, and he no left no will. He left one cow for the whole of we. But me bigger brother, he take it away from we. Glory be to God, glory be to God, and for the whole of we. Glory be to God, glory be to God, and for the whole of we. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to the buffet. There are 2 stations, one just by the marquee and one here in the conservatory. So please just join any of the queues. Buffet is now open.
Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown, and welcome, social media family, to my vlog. We are here at the gathering of, if I have to describe this gentleman in few words as possible, it's going to be suave, debonair, sophisticated, funny, historical, and patriotic. We are here for the gathering in celebration of the life of the late, great Count Prince Miller. And I am in absolute ecstasy right now. I'm not lying, because I am in between, so to speak, 2 of the legends of reggae music. I'm going to start with Myrna Hague. Now, if you don't know who Myrna Hague is, to me, personally speaking, you're the first lady I should know. Singing songs like, before I even go any further, I done a tribute to Otis Gale a couple of weeks ago, because he showed me some Twitter love. But going back to Myrna Hague now, she sings songs like, whoa, you send a wedding invitation to everyone, but me, but me, but me. She said, I love you. I could go on. Myrna Hague, ladies and gentlemen, and on my right and to your left, we have none other than Miss Susan Cadogan. Okay? Now, you done a hit called Hurt So Good, which is basically cemented in the history of reggae music. But it's a song that she sang that helped me get, let's say, quite a few phone numbers from certain ladies back in the day. And it was a song she done with a duet with the late, great Roddy Thomas called You Know How to Make Me Feel So Good. Touch me.
Yeah, man, lovers rock, you know?
I'm in absolute heaven. So what is it like? What is it like to be here to celebrate the life of? Let's take a picture.
Privileged to be here to share with his family and his friends, and to talk about him and to remember him, because really his life was very impactful. And as I've said before, for me, it was just completely inspirational to know that it could be done. It could be done.
Absolutely. And for you, Susan?
For me, I met Count a couple times, but from as young, I remember military. When I met him, his wit, he was so kind, and as he said, a gentleman. He treated me like such a lady, you know, a wonderful man. And I started to hear he had passed, and I made a special effort to come out to honor him, you know. Yeah. So big respect to Count Prince Miller, Myrna, and thank you so much for honoring us and our sisters
No, thank you.
in the business.
Okay, stop right there. Stop. Thank you, because if it wasn't for you being the pioneers that you are, I mean, people like Winston Francis over there, so I used to play his tunes as a little youth. Never did I know that I would be actually standing in the presence of that man and with people like Count Prince Miller. So I want to thank you for being the first ladies of reggae music.
And they're still here. That's the thing.
And they're still here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
From the old school, you know? Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
And thank
much.
you. And thank you for watching. People, stay blessed. And until next time, we God. So there you have it. That was the day that was had. That was the reception after the memorial. And I hope that you enjoyed and got a feeling for the mood of the event and the atmosphere of the event. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by. And as always, you don't know the coup. People, please abstain from foolishness. And until we link up next time, people, stay blessed. My God.